Hey everyone, Shane Miller here, co-owner of Athletes Arena. I'm excited today to start bringing new information to our members, to our community. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to utilize two resources that mean a lot to me because of their heart for nutrition, their heart for people to be healthy, and they've spent a lot of time, a lot of their time to give away a lot of free information that can change people's lives. And those two people are Tony Branner and Caroline Lewis Jones. You're going to hear from both of them. Tony is an exercise physiologist. She's a wellness consultant, and she's my go-to person oftentimes when I want to delve deeper into nutrition science. Caroline is a good friend of mine. We've known each other for many years now. She's a professional dancer. She's done so much for the Columbia metropolitan area in terms of advocacy for whole foods-based diets and to combat disease. So I'm going to sign off now. They're going to come right behind me and share everything you need to know to get better.
Hi, everybody. My name is Tony Branner. Thank you, Shane, for introducing me. I'm really excited to partner with Athletes Arena and share some of the solutions that I use with my athletes. I'm an exercise physiologist and a wellness consultant in Charlotte, North Carolina. I work with all levels of athletes, middle school, high school, collegiate, and Olympic level. So really honored to be here today to share this information with you. Nutrition can really give you the edge. Everyone has the same 24 hours in the day. You're going to get amazing training at Athletes Arena. So some of these solutions can really make all the difference. And I'm going to share a little bit of the science behind that as we go through this today. So let me get my screen to slide. We know that when, 30 years ago, soccer practice was 30 minutes, and now we're training athletes for hours and weekends, and it's very, very grueling. And so your body is an amazing machine, and we have to make sure that we're fueling it with the right fuel. And many of the solutions are not complicated. They're very simple, but they require some preparation and some planning in order to really be effective. So we're gonna go through some of those today. One of the things I like to share is really the root problem that leads to all diseases, to inflammation in the athlete, to overtraining, to stress fractures, is something called systemic inflammation. And what we know is that the athletes who consume the most plant foods, fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and grains and beans have the least inflammation. So we're going to talk about ways to creatively get more fruits and vegetables into your body. It's difficult because you're busy, you're traveling to tournaments and meets and things like that, and it's just hard to eat enough in your daily activities. But we know that can make all the difference in the world in recovery and injury prevention and performance. And we also know that many athletes have an immune system that's overexcited, where your own body's attacking itself. That's called an autoimmune, and this can also manifest in allergies and asthma, which can also hurt your performance. And then many athletes have an immune system that's too low, where they're catching every cold and flu and strep throat and mono. So we want to bring your immune system into balance. And again, the studies show, the research show that answer to that is the athletes that eat the most plant food, fruits and vegetables, have the most balanced immune system. It takes about 80 days for that to happen, but it's definitely worth it to start getting those foods into your body. We know that athletes that consume too much sugar have a depressed immune system, so they're more likely to catch all those things that are going around. They're more likely to be inflamed. They're more likely to have an acidic bloodstream, which can lead to bone loss from your bones. also pulling calcium from your muscles. So we want to limit that processed sugar whenever possible. A treat every now and then is fine. We know that our food supply is just damaged. We know we're genetically modifying food, we're radiating food, we're adding 9,000 food additives that our bodies don't recognize, and all of that is going to affect our performance. So we want to kind of get back to eating whole, fresh foods. And a lot of athletes eat plenty of calories, but they're empty calories. They're not getting all of those thousands of nutrients that we find in real food. And you can't really tell by the athlete's shape or size whether they're malnourished or not. We have big buff athletes who are super inflamed, and we have little tiny athletes that are super inflamed. So you can't really tell by the shape or size. It's really all about how are you fueling your body. We also know that the gut biome is more important than we ever thought. That's the good bacteria and the bad bacteria that live in your digestive tract. And what we know is that those bacteria determine your immune system, your metabolism, and even your anxiety and your happiness, because the neurotransmitters that talk to your brain are developed in your stomach, right? And guess what? The microbiome absolutely has to have plant fibers in order to be healthy. And so it all comes back to eating those fruits and vegetables. This was my research in graduate school, and this is really important for athletes and trainers and coaches to understand. When we breathe oxygen, that's a good thing. We produce energy, but we also produce leftovers. And the leftovers in the body are actually called free radicals, and they're little molecules that are missing an electron. So they run around your body trying to steal an electron from your healthy molecules. And when they do that, they cause a little bit of damage. It could be damage to your proteins. That's what we see in high-level athletes. Damage to your DNA, which can lead to mutations, which could lead to cancer down the road. Damage to your skin, that could lead to wrinkling. To your retina, that could lead to eye problems. So this is a really big problem. So we want to try to stop those free radicals from causing damage, right? And what we've learned is, you can kind of think of the apple gets cut open, oxygen hits it, and it's deteriorating. The same kind of idea is happening to your cells when you have too many free radicals. And when you exercise, the only bad thing about exercise in sports is you're breathing more oxygen, so you actually produce more free radicals than a normal person. You're pushing yourself hard, and we actually see more protein carbonyls in the bloodstream of athletes. And again, even with little kids, we're training our athletes harder than we ever have. You're also bombarded with free radicals from the environment, toxins in the environment, x-rays, fast food, stress in your life, lack of good nutrition. All of those things add up, and it affects every aspect of your physiology of your body. And so this is kind of scary. So we want to find something that can counteract the oxidative stress. And here's what's really cool. The only place you can find antioxidants to counteract the oxidative stress are in fruits and vegetables. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and beans. And guess what? Most athletes have really decreased the amount of fruits and vegetables they're eating. Every fruit or vegetable has 10,000 or more antioxidants in it, right? And they have an extra electron, and they give it to the free radical and neutralize it before it takes a bite out of you. Super, super cool, right? And where do you find them? Plants, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and beans. So I wish I could tell you there's a miracle cure to really make you the best athlete you can be, but there's not. You have to eat every color of the rainbow every single day. And we've stopped doing that. We started eating too much animal food and too much dairy and sodas and sugar, right? And stopped eating the very foods that protect us. So the answer is really simple. We have to find solutions to help you get more fruits and vegetables into your body. You'll be a better athlete, you'll recover faster, you'll have less long-term damage, and when you're older, it'll reduce your risk of every known chronic disease. And so when they looked at different countries, the countries that consume the most plants, that's the green, had the least disease across the board. The red are deaths from heart disease and cancer. And when they looked at 4,500 different studies, the only common thing that helped you live longer and lived healthier was the amount of fruits and vegetables you had in your diet. That was the most important thing. So how many do you need? The government says that we all need somewhere between 7 and 13 servings a day. But guess what? In studies, we've taken athletes up to 18 servings a day, still showing a benefit. So we don't really know, but we know that only about 1% of the population are actually eating enough. And the key is not necessarily the amount, but the variety. How many different colors of fruits and vegetables can you get in your body? Because the antioxidants in blueberries is different than spinach, is different than sweet potatoes, right? One little measly apple has 10,000 things that protect your body. It would take me 25 pages to show you all the different antioxidants in one apple. That's just 400 of them. It's the coolest thing ever. And you just can't get that from a vitamin. These are organizations that no longer recommend antioxidant vitamins. So we can't just eat our mac and cheese and our chicken nuggets and then take a vitamin and expect it to work for us. We have to get it from real food. We also know that many athletes have an acidic bloodstream. And when your bloodstream is acidic, it starts pulling calcium from your bones, from your muscles to balance out the acidity because calcium is alkaline. And so we're seeing more stress fractures, more kidney stones, and later on more osteoporosis in athletes that don't consume enough fruits and vegetables. So if you look at this chart, your body has to stay in that green zone. And if you're eating too many, chicken breasts and eggs and sugar and donuts, your body's going to be acidic and it's going to start pulling calcium out. So you want to eat as many fruits and vegetables as you can to keep you over on the right-hand side of that graph. And the foods that are acidic are hamburgers and hot dogs and lunch meat and candy and cookies and sodas and white bread and white noodles. And you want to start getting more fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and beans in your body. So here are a couple of my solutions. You obviously want to do the very best you can at eating enough fruits and vegetables, but in my experience, it's almost impossible in today's busy world to eat enough, and it can get really, really expensive. So you're going to do the best you can do, and then I'm going to share a couple of ideas. So juicing can be an option, except when you juice, the sugar stays in and the fiber goes out. So it's not that, not the best solution because that fiber is really, really important for your gut biome and keeping that metabolism and immune system healthy. The second solution that I'm a huge fan of are whole food concentrates. And this is where they take 30 varieties of fruits and vegetables and they grind it down and then they dehydrate it at such a cold temperature that it maintains the thousands of antioxidants. And so you can see that you could get 30 colors in your body by just taking the capsules or the chewies. These are called Juice Plus whole food concentrate. So this is really different than a vitamin, but it would take a lot of chewing to actually chew that many fruits and vegetables every single day. I've been using these for my own family for 23 years and with my athletes for 15 years. It's real food. It has a food label. It has published research showing that it works in the body like the actual fruits and vegetables, and it has the quality control so that you're not accidentally putting a banned substance into your body if you plan on being in the Olympics or playing collegiate sports or pro sports. And they also make it in a chewy form for those of you who like a little treat instead of swallowing the capsules. But what really sets this apart, and the reason we use it with our Olympic athletes, is because there's 39 published studies showing that it works in the body. It improves circulation, it balances the immune system, healthier gums, healthier skin, lowers that oxidative stress and that DNA damage, and that inflammatory response that can really hurt your performance. So for a little over $2 a day, you can flood your body with 30 different colors of fruits and vegetables, and prevents DNA damage that could lead to cancer down the road. I won't even train an athlete anymore unless they actually can promise me and show me they're eating every color of the rainbow, or doing Juice Plus concentrates, because I've been monitoring their blood work. After 7 months, the Juice Plus group is the green. They were completely protected from protein damage, where the red group was the placebo group, and they got more and more overtrained over time. And there's a special program. If your parent takes Juice Plus, then you can be free for 4 years. So it makes it super affordable for families, especially active families where their children are working out a lot. It becomes very, very important to be protected. And then a smoothie can also be an amazing way to get a bunch of colors of fruits and vegetables into your body every day. We call it a blended juice because you're going to keep the fiber in, unlike regular juicing. And you can do all kinds of flavors. You can ramp up your calories if you're trying to build muscle. You want to start with water or plant milk or coconut water. And then you're going to put in maybe some chia seeds, some flax seeds to give you those omegas that can really help your brain and your focus. And then I recommend the Juice Plus Complete because it adds 15 more plant foods. And it actually has 5 non-GMO plant proteins with all the same amino acids you would get from a whey protein, but without the inflammation. So this is really, really an amazing product. It was developed in conjunction with MD Anderson Cancer Center. We're using it with our Olympic athletes. It's the only plant-based smoothie mix on the market that has a perfect score for protein digestibility with athletes. And it's the perfect combination of carbs and protein for glycogen replacement. After you finish your workout, you have about a 30-minute to 1-hour window to reload your glycogen, so you'll have as much power and strength for the following workout the next day. And so this smoothie follows the Olympic guidelines. Plus it tastes delicious. It's gluten-free, kosher, nut-free, dairy-free, all those things that people ask. Absolutely amazing. And you can add your greens to it. You can add frozen bananas, blueberries, an avocado, a beet. You can ramp up the nutrition and really make a difference in your performance. And you can prep your smoothies ahead of time if you're super busy, so you can go ahead and put everything in the bags. And if you're traveling or you just want to throw the smoothie in your gym bag, they make a little individual packet that you can carry and just dump in your bottle of water if you're on the field or you're on the bus. And you're in a place where you don't have a blender to actually make the smoothies. You can also make them into these little protein balls that you can grab and go, keep them in your gym bag. And these are made with all healthy ingredients. We have about 12 recipes that we're going to be sharing with all of the Athletes Arena members. And then your omegas are really important for focus, attention, in your athletic endeavors. So we recommend an omega blend that's made from cold pressed plant oils to give you the full spectrum, but kind of skipping the fish, because the fish can have contamination, it can have heavy metals, it can go rancid, and it can hurt the environment. So this is kind of the new cutting edge omega blend that we recommend. And then lastly, some athletes love to grow their own food, so they know they're getting vine ripened. And this tower garden is super cool because you can keep it right on your back porch, in your living room with grow lights. So I grow all my own Swiss chard and lettuce and kale and spinach to put into my smoothies. So thank you for listening today. I think the buzzword is whole food nutrition, getting as many plant foods, no matter what your dietary regimen is. Everybody needs more plant foods for prevention of disease, for performance, being the absolute best athlete you can be, and then the thing you can't feel, protecting your cells at the cellular level from inflammation, from DNA damage, from all of those things that could tear your health down, but also your performance down. Your body is an amazing machine, and you wouldn't fill your car with muddy water and expect it to work. But many times we're trying to be the best athletes, but we're not fueling our bodies properly. Every time you eat or drink, you're either feeding disease or fighting it. Thank you so much for taking time to learn. Please talk to Shane and the other trainers at Athletes Arena. They can help you get started with some of these solutions. We're going to be offering all kinds of educational programs as well to give you more ideas, more resources, cookbooks, snack lists, all of that. So honored to get to meet you today, and have a wonderful season with your sports.
Hey guys, Caroline here. I'm super excited to be teamed up with Athletes Arena, and just can't wait to share all my knowledge with you guys. A little bit that we're going to be focusing on is just tips on, when you're traveling on these long weekends with baseball and football and soccer and all the awesome sports that you guys do. I'm a health coach, and I really live my life to the best that I can, and I believe in the power of food. You guys are getting this amazing training with Shane and Heather and all the other trainers at the gym. I think that the one component that we need to focus on is our health, in terms of like how we're fueling our body. So I'm going to be that advocate for Athletes Arena, and you're going to see me on Facebook occasionally, not occasionally, like every week, just giving you guys tips that are working for me as a collegiate athlete and a mom, because I know a lot of your moms and dads. And that's a place for you to ask me questions, post comments, anything that you need for us to help support you. So we are Health Made Simple, and we're ready to rock and roll and get you guys started. Thanks for your time.